I don't think I ever said this publicly, but I lost most of my family because of success. When I was in the streets, trying to box and be in the streets, and I'm showing up to the family function high, everybody was cool with me. When I was drunk, everybody was cool. Oh, look at him, they laughing, it's a joke. But when me and my wife start elevating and we start putting boundaries in place, like, nah, we ain't gonna do that, man. Hey, y'all can drink at y'all house, but I don't drink no more, man. God took that from me. I don't wanna, what? It became an issue. Even with my faith, I started putting boundaries like, man, I can't do that no more. That's your business if you wanna do it, but I just can't do it. It's hurtful.
Yep.
But what I learned is you gotta let God have his way because he's listening to them conversations that you're not privy to. He knows people's hearts. We may look up like, that's my sister, that's my brother.
Yep.
He know the heart better than us.
Yep.
So when God removes somebody, we gotta let him go. So I gotta cry, do what I gotta do, but I gotta let you go over there until your heart change, if it ever change at all.
Yep.
Or else God gonna say, I tried to tell you. It's hard losing people, but you gotta choose your heart. Because you either had a heart of creating boundaries and letting people gossip and move on and your circle gets smaller, or you could choose the heart of not saying no, not having no boundaries, and you look up and your money ain't right at the end of your career, or everybody got stuff and you looking like, bro, I ain't got nothing. I bought everybody a house, I got everybody a car, everybody got vacation, but now I ain't got what I'm supposed to have and I can't fight no more. Yeah. That's hard too. So my thing is, it ain't no easy road. We just got to choose which heart we want to choose.
I'm your biggest fan. I hope it falls into place just how you planned it. Life could put you in a pickle, just make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. More importantly, you saw the clip. Shout out to Andre Ward and Clarissa Shields. This dope interview. This is like sometimes you got to let people go and let God. And the first thing I'm going to say is this. Just because you let somebody go or somebody let you go, that doesn't mean that they're going in a positive direction or you're going in a positive direction and they're going in a negative direction or you're going in a negative direction. Sometimes it could be two people going in a positive direction. They just going different ways. So you kind of drift apart in a little bit. Nothing's wrong with that. Sometimes you link back up, but you go in the direction you're going. Same thing, I've seen people on a negative path, same thing. But the issue becomes when you know me as this, but I grew or I evolved into this. And the only me you want to be around is this one that you have a certain type of relationship with. And it's like, well, if you can't be the old you, then I don't know how to rock with the new you. And it's like, well, I guess you can't. Because to rock with the new me, you might have to be a new you. Because I'm not doing the stuff that I was doing then. Or I don't put as much time in it. Sometimes you're still doing some of the same things. It's just I used to spend 10 hours out the week with you doing this, but now you might get an hour. You get what I'm saying? It's like, man, are we drifting apart? You don't like me no more? It's like, no, I'm just doing something different with that time because I found something else that intrigues me and I enjoy. And sometimes, man, I know I've had to part ways with people who you were sane at one period of time, and then you had mental illness. And somewhere in between there, you would vacillate between being sane and mentally ill, and sane and mentally ill. And then the things that they would do is like, I can't go in this direction no more. I've seen some people get healthy, and because I'm getting healthy, I'm only doing certain things, I'm only going certain places, I'm only hanging around with certain people. Because now when you change your lifestyle, it changes the environment that you're putting yourself in. So now the people from the old lifestyle, don't recognize you as much because of your new lifestyle. And it's like, well, I don't think I'm gonna stop this. So we might have to part ways. You get what I'm saying? I've known people with addictions. And you might like who the person is when they're not high, and you might not like them when they are high, right? Or vice versa. They might be fun when they high or drunk, whatever, and then when they sober, not so much. And then at some point, you got to realize, hey man, they're not here for my entertainment. And and I don't know, like I'm showing up to see them act a fool, and it's like, they're not here. They're not a show for you. You get what I'm saying? And then I've seen people separate, from childhood. Like everybody grows up in a certain neighborhood. You all have your friends. Your friends change as let's just say from middle school to your senior in high school. But people drift apart then because some people have dreams and goals and aspirations, and others don't. Nothing's wrong with that. It's just because you're all young. But you and your best friend might be like this, but they might have dreams to do this, and that's not you. And you may have dreams to do something else, or you ain't figured out what you want to do yet. So now, you know, you feel let go because, man, how come we can't do all the stuff we used to do? It's like, because I'm doing this, you know. Um, and I've seen people go from poverty to middle class to upper class. And I've seen people go from poverty to upper class. And I've seen people want a person who went from poverty to middle class to poverty to upper class to still be the person they was when they was at a lower class. And I'm not saying still not be the same person because they could have been a dope person before they had money and then now they're a dope person with money. I'm saying there's a certain dysfunction people want you to participate in, and people go, I just don't want to do it no more. You know what I'm saying? I just because don't get it twisted. If you got dysfunction when you poor, you just gonna have more dis. If you keep that dysfunction, it goes with you to the middle class and the upper class. There's dysfunctional people in the middle class and the upper class, but there are people who just go, I just don't want to do that no more. That's just not. I just don't. I'm not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? So people part ways. So that's the issue sometimes with success or money, where people think because a person made a certain amount of money, they're just moving different because of a certain amount of money. And it's like, no, because they can be around them same people that got the same amount of money. And I think people forget that. Like, people forget, you can be with drug addicts in the upper class. You can be with drug addicts in the middle class. You can be with liars and thieves in all of those classes. You can be with scam artists in all those classes. You can be with cheaters and womanizers in all those classes. It doesn't. You can be with gluttons in all those classes. It doesn't matter. But what winds up happening is people associate the separation with money, and sometimes the separation is with you can even say character or a change in character. And then sometimes um, I've seen the same thing with religion. Some people get religious and they cut people off. I've been cut off by people who, they found religion, Jehovah's Witness, I can't rock with you no more. I'm doing this. I can't. I'm like, okay, cool, cool, cool. Christianity, cool. Islam, cool. I just can't. Or, if I hang out with you, it's got to be in a certain way. I'm not going to disrespect my faith just to be with my friend or my family. And a lot of times, I think sometimes people have a hard time respecting that because it's like, the old you wouldn't have let this run you. And it's like, hey, man, let people grow or let people evolve. You get what I'm saying? And then sometimes people people part ways because of family. And what I mean is you got your family and then you might have created a new family, whether it be your friends and family, like, your blood relatives and the friends you meet, that might be your new family. Or you wind up getting married or something, and that's your new family. And people want to, your the family you was born in might be jealous of the new family that you surround yourself with. And
you like these people. It's not like you don't dis. It's not like I hate these other people, but this is my group. I like this group. I got the people I was born that I was here by blood, and I got the people that's here by choice. Cool. And sometimes people they want to be what they once was to you, or they feel like they're less important. And it's like, well, I'm not gonna X these people out for you. You know what I'm saying? It's no hate, no disrespect, but I got a new family, and I should be able to roll with my new family without um without the guilting scenario. You know, and I'm gonna say another one before I go. Um, Sometimes I've seen parents and children separate, or children and parents separate because they weren't going in the same direction. You know, parents could have raised you the right way or the wrong way, and it's like you might say, I don't like the way you raised me because I think this is better. I'm doing this, and that might cause a separation. Or I raised you right, but you went in this direction, so it's a separation. You know, so you got to be willing to lose people. And I've learned a long time ago, you can lose people for a time period. It's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes people come back. Sometimes people never come back. But don't be afraid to move forward. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing. Don't be afraid to move forward because you can't blame other people for you being stagnant if you chose to be stagnant because you wanted to be accepted by a certain group of people. It's not their fault. That's yours. You know. So what's more important to you? Moving forward, staying still. You know what I'm saying? So tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace. You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna tell you that.